The storm is gone, but the ocean isn't finished. Yesterday, Super Typhoon Funwang tore across the Philippines, ripping apart roads, swallowing towns, and forcing over 1 million people from their homes. But today, long after the eye vanished, the ocean is still rising, coastlines are flooding again, tide gauges spiked overnight, and social media is exploding with warnings of a coming tsunami. Families are evacuating, sirens are blaring, rumors are everywhere. But what's really happening? Is a tsunami forming? Or is something even more dangerous unfolding beneath the surface? Stay with me. The next few minutes will tell you exactly what's coming and what the science says we should expect next. Part 1. The storm passed, but the damage is still growing. Super Typhoon Funwang has left Luzon behind, but the scenes on the ground are unreal. Entire provinces, Aurora, Albay, Cagayan, are still underwater. Pagas's latest flood maps show entire municipalities washed out. Over 1.4 million people displaced, 800,000 in emergency shelters, 120,000 homes without power, bridges gone, highways carved in half. Villages, isolated with no clean water boats, are the only way in or out. Parents carry children through chest-deep water. Aid workers are trapped behind blocked roads. And that's when something strange happened. As people began returning home, the sea came back. Not with wind, not with rain, but with waves that shouldn't be there anymore. Part 2. The ocean's aftershock. Long-period swells. At exactly 4:14 a.m., the Baylor tide gauge recorded a 30-centimeter surge, rising in under 2 minutes, then dropping again. No earthquake, no storm bands, just a sudden, silent pulse of water. This wasn't a tsunami, but it was a warning. You see, when a super typhoon moves across the ocean, it shoves unimaginable amounts of water across thousands of kilometers. That energy doesn't disappear when the storm ends. It travels, sometimes for days. These are called long-period swells, and they are one of the deadliest hidden threats after a typhoon. They can arrive hours after skies turn blue, raise water levels without warning, crash debris into homes, create deadly rip currents, flood already weakened shorelines a second time. People see clear weather and assume it's safe, but the ocean remembers. Part 3. The rumor that sparked a nationwide panic. While the waves kept rising, something else hit the Philippines. A viral tsunami rumor. At midnight, a low-resolution video was posted on Facebook showing churning surf and dramatic music. The uploader warned, "A tsunami is forming offshore. Evacuate now." The video spread like wildfire, 280,000 shares in hours. TikTok hashtags hitting millions of views, families packing into cars, entire barangays fleeing in the dark. Fake official warnings circulating everywhere. Some videos used real siren audio. Others edited old tsunami footage to look current. Comments exploded with fear and confusion. People wanted answers, fast. And that fear was understandable, because these waves look like a tsunami. They sound like a tsunami. But the truth? A typhoon cannot create one. So what's causing the confusion? Let's break this down simply. Part 4. What can actually trigger a tsunami? A typhoon does not create tsunamis. Not the wind, not the storm surge, not even the massive waves it leaves behind. But there is something a super typhoon can influence: underwater landslides. When you combine extreme rainfall, eroded coastlines, violent wave energy, a destabilized sediment, you weaken the seafloor. And sometimes, that weakness is enough to cause a submarine slope failure, a landslide underwater. And that can create a localized tsunami. Not a countrywide wave, but a sudden surge that can slam nearby villages. Recently, sonar maps revealed a fresh 6.2 million cubic meter underwater landslide scar in the Malilipat Canyon near Albay. Enough sediment to move water fast. This is why scientists didn't dismiss the fear entirely. The risk wasn't from Funwang, but from what it left behind. Part 5. How the Philippines detects real tsunamis. When a real tsunami threat exists, it moves through a strict detection chain. Nothing is left to guesswork. Here's how it works. 1. Seismic stations detect an offshore quake, magnitude 6.5 plus and shallow. 2. PTWC issues a preliminary alert within minutes. 3. Deep ocean DART buoys check for pressure anomalies. A rise of 20 centimeters plus equals alarm. 4. Tide gauges confirm coastal water levels. If they spike 30 centimeters plus, that's confirmation. 5. Local governments activate evacuation sirens. If this chain doesn't activate, there is no tsunami. And during the panic, All sensors were stable. No seismic event, no deep ocean pressure spike, no coastal surge beyond long-period swell activity. In other words, the tsunami rumor was false, but the danger was still very real, just in a different form. Part 6. The silent dangers that remain. Even without a tsunami, Funwang left behind several lingering threats. 1. Localized landslide-triggered waves. These are small, sudden, and deadly. 2. Reverse flooding in river mouths. Storm surge rushing back out can overwhelm communities twice. 3. Debris-filled surf zones. Metal roofing, lumber, fishing nets, all moving at high speed. 4. Compromised seawalls and coastlines. One more large pulse could break weakened barriers. 5. Long-period swells for up to 72 hours, even under sunny skies. This is why Coast Guards, Pagasa, and local governments continue telling people, stay off the shoreline, do not return yet, wait for the water to stabilize, because right now the ocean is still unpredictable. Part 7. The signs to watch for. If you live near a coast, anywhere, these are the signs that matter. Red flags. Leave immediately. A strong offshore earthquake. Water suddenly pulling away from shore. A deep roaring sound from the sea. Rapid water rise after calm. Official tsunami advisories. Green flags. Safe from tsunamis. No detectable quake. Stable DART buoy data. Steady tide gauge readings. Official confirmation from 5AUX/PTWC. Waves decreasing slowly over time. It's not social media that protects lives, it's verified data. The storm has passed, the sky is clear, but the ocean isn't finished speaking. Long after the winds die, long after the rain ends, the sea continues to push, pull, shift, and reshape the coast. For families waiting to go home, for rescue teams fighting through debris, and for communities still surrounded by water, vigilance is survival. Because in a country bordered by trenches, volcanoes, and some of the most powerful ocean forces on Earth, your awareness is your first line of defense. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay away from the shoreline until officials say otherwise. This story isn't over yet, and neither is the ocean.